The pyromaniac was born into a family of sinister beings. His parents on the outside were normal as humans can be. His father was a blacksmith creating masterpieces for his customers of Hammerfell, and his mother a simple merchant working in town selling trinkets of all sorts. Anything of value, she will buy it from you and sell it for a higher price. A simple and quite friendly on the eyes. That's of course what the Pyromancer's parents want people to see. A normal household, nothing out of the ordinary. But as the Pyromancer grew older, it became difficult for him to keep his family's big secret. A secret so disturbing if he let it slip, and his family would surely meet their fates in the center of town, crowded with disgusted people, tied to flesh-burning stakes, and no doubt the city cheering as the Pyromancer and his family slowly burning in agony and finally dying, and putting an end to them and their foul deeds. But our little Pyromancer is determined to keep his mouth shut, to save himself and his family from their demise. But what in everything that is holy is his big secret? What kind of evil will lead them to this kind of fate? Well, one day at the age of 19, the Pyromancer made a fatal mistake. He was walking with his soon-to-become wife named Sidra, home back to his house, wanting his parents to meet the Pyromancer's lover for the first time, because he wouldn't dare let any of his closest friends, nonetheless his beloved, into his house, but he did. He was sure that his parents would make an exception. So the Pyromancer and Sidra approached the house. He opened the door and Sidra and him both walked in. They were greeted by his parents and they were normal as any parents meeting a guest their son brought home. So his parents asked, "How about you and your friends stay for dinner?" But the Pyromaniac just wanted his parents to meet her, and that's it. But his parents kept on insisting, and finally Sidra said, "Why not? I could eat something." The Pyromaniac panicking, making up excuses for him to just walk her home. But Sidra wanted to stay, and the Pyromancer can already feel the regret of bringing her home. So the Pyromancer, Sidra, and both of his parents took their place and sat down at the kitchen table. Sidra nicely saying to his mother, "The food smells really good. What is this?" And his mother told her that it's just chicken with her own little secret recipe. So she tasted it and she feels satisfied with the results. Sidra told the Pyromancer's mother that it's very well done. "What is your secret?" His mother says nicely, "In due course, Sidra, very soon you'll know." After dinner, when Sidra wanted to leave, she asked a final time, "The food was delightful. What is your recipe?" After uttering those words, Sidra fell to the ground with a painful stomach ache and started vomiting repeatedly. And without hesitation, she ran towards the bathroom. And as soon as she entered, she couldn't believe what she had seen. Human body parts scattered across the bathroom, dismembered, and the bathroom bloodier than 100 murder scenes. She screamed in fear, until fear suddenly took over her mind of her aching stomach, and she ran towards the house exit. The Pyromaniac, shocked of his surroundings, was unable to stop the butcher's knife that stabbed Sidra in the back by his mother, and stood there like a stump as he's witnessed his mother murdering his beloved, and he could barely see straight. All he could do is hear the screams of Sidra calling for help. When the deed was done, the Pyromancer's father asked him to get a towel to clean up the mess. After a few seconds, when everything finally sunk in, the Pyromancer was filled with rage. so much rage that his face turned red. And his father coming to calm his son down by hugging the Pyromancer. The Pyromancer shoves his father as hard as he could to the ground, but while being shoved, his father lit up in flames. And when he finally hit the ground, all remained of his father was a lifeless, burned corpse. Shocked at what he had done, he looked at his mother standing over Sidra's lifeless body with the butcher's knife. He shot a ball of flame towards his mother, leaving her with a lifeless body as well. Now him witnessing the mess of what just happened, he fell to his knees and started crying over the massacre. And shortly after, a city guard knocked on the home door, asking if everything's alright. After not receiving an answer, he broke the door down and 5 other city guards entered the horrific scene. The pyromaniac, terrified for his life like anybody would be, without hesitation shot balls of flames at the city guards, burning every last one of them and in the progress setting the house on fire. As the house quickly filled up with smoke, he went out the front door of the burning house and onto the city street. The pyromaniac suddenly heard more guards coming to the incident, and he quickly ran as far away from the house as possible, and he eventually slipped out the city gates. And all he wanted to do at this moment is to be far away as possible from the city. He quickly stole a horse from the city stables and fled. The pyromaniac rode the stolen horse into the farthest city he can get to, but quickly realized that all of Hammerfell will know of this incident. So he decided to stop at the closest city, buy whatever he needs for a long journey, and leave Hammerfell. And Skyrim was the closest, so he would flee there. After fleeing for a couple of days, he took the time to think about what him and Sidra could have had. But the only thought bigger was how he shot fire with his bare hands. This thought was all he could think about for days to come. And when finally arriving at the border of Skyrim, he sees soldiers battling each other, so he stopped and kept his distance. After a while the battle was over and he figured out what the names of the soldiers were: the Imperials and the Stormcloaks. The Imperials filled carriages with Stormcloaks, and just before they all left, the Pyromancer made too much noise by slipping on a rock in the distance, and he was caught, and the Imperials thought he was a spy, so they put the Pyromaniac in a carriage too, and they made their way to Helgen. Now let's get into the role-playing. The Pyromaniac wants to not be like his parents and be a good person, and at the same time learn about his powers. As soon as you leave Helgen Keep, you seek out Ulfric Stormcloak, and you want to see what kind of a leader he is. Once you find out that he wants to free Skyrim and let them worship Talos in peace, you feel like this is a good cause and you want to help. But when you get to Riverwood and talk to the trader, you learn of a school of magic, the College of Winterhold. And the Pyromaniac finds that learning and mastering his fire powers is a first priority. After the College of Winterhold questline, no doubt you leveled up a bit and gained new spells. Now you can help the Stormcloaks, and if you want the Hammerfell clothes, you can get it from Solitude. After you help Ulfric, you look into the dragon problem and find out you're dragonborn, and do that. And during your time in Riften, you hear of the owner of an orphanage is evil to the kids. You kill her and let them be adopted again. No doubt your time in Windhelm, you heard of the kid trying to contact the Dark Brotherhood, so you look into it, and that will let you into the Dark Brotherhood questline. You want to kill Astrid and the Brotherhood and get your outfit. And so of course do whatever quests you can, but try to stay away from evil. The main skills for this build are destruction, conjuration, and alteration. The minor skills is just enchanting. For destruction, you want to get novice to expert. Get the destruction dual casting perk, then the impact perk. Also invest 2 points in augmented flames. Then finally intense flames. For conjuration, get the novice then apprentice conjuration perks. That's it. To unlock the Flame Atronach spell, which shoots this build. For alteration, get all the perks except for dual casting perk and the master perk. Now for enchanting, you want to invest 5 perk points in enchanter, then go up the middle part of the tree to get extra effect. And the reason you don't want to get the master perks is because when you maximize your enchanting, you can cast free spells. The stat spread is 2-to-1 health and magicka. Now for your gear, you want the clothes off of Nazir when you kill the Dark Brotherhood, a ring and a necklace. Enchant your items with Fortify Destruction and Fortify Alteration. If you enchant 4 pieces, it'll cost you 0 to cast. Destruction and Alteration, you also want the Lord Stone for its armor rating and magic resistance. Thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like my content. And yeah.